You have no idea what you almost missed. Something divine has been chasing you, calling your name in the middle of the night while you were fast asleep, while the world was quiet. Your heart was finally still enough to hear heaven whisper. Archangel Michael's care for you has been like a guardian who loves deeply, fights fiercely, and grieves because he longs to see you safe. Last night he called your name. He wept, not because he was weak, but because he knew what could happen if you ignored the warning. He knows you may not notice until it is too late. Do not skip this message. Take a moment and type Amen in the comments if this message speaks to your heart, not for me, but as a sign that you are listening, that you are open, and that you are ready to receive God's guidance. Don't leave yet, because this is only the beginning. You will never be able to say that no one warned you. There may be things happening around you that you cannot yet see or understand, but heaven sees them clearly. God has been watching every movement, every unseen change, and every hidden struggle in your life. According to this message, Archangel Michael pleaded for one more opportunity to reach you, and in his mercy God allowed one final warning to be shared. That is why you are here today. Perhaps that unusual feeling in your heart is not something to ignore, but a reminder to pause, pray, and seek God's wisdom. This message is about being spiritually prepared, not living in fear. It reminds you that not everyone around you may have honest intentions and that important decisions or hidden situations could be unfolding without your knowledge. Rather than responding with panic, you are encouraged to pray for discernment, wisdom, and peace. If you have experienced vivid dreams, quiet moments of conviction, or an unexplained sense that something needs your attention, take time to bring those feelings before God in prayer and measure them carefully with wisdom and Scripture. You have endured enough pain, and God sees every tear you have shed. He has not forgotten you. Choose today to draw closer to Him, remain watchful, and trust His guidance. Archangel Michael is remembered as a symbol of God's protection and courage, reminding believers that faith, hope, and trust in God are stronger than fear, and that God's presence is always with those who seek Him with sincere hearts. Things are building up to something big, a huge revelation that could change your life, your home, and a key relationship. Someone you truly believed in is being put to the test, and the time is almost up. The message says that the moment is so significant that Archangel Michael broke the rules and wept before the other angels, not because of a battle with a sword, but because of a battle to get your attention. It warns that if you ignore this opportunity, the miracle intended for you could pass to someone else, leaving you wondering why you always come so close but never receive. According to the message, it was never meant for you to find these words today, yet you did, and it presents that as a divine appointment rather than a coincidence. It urges you not to ignore the message again. The message continues by saying that someone you love is keeping something from you, not out of a desire to hurt you, but because they fear losing you. Even so, it claims heaven has become more involved because the longer the truth is delayed, the more your destiny is affected. It says that your response right now is part of a spiritual test and that what you choose to do after reading these words will set the tone for the next 7 days. It warns that blessings often wait only a short time before moving on and says you are standing on the edge between receiving everything meant for you and watching it slip away. Rather than remaining still, the message encourages you to pay attention to the spiritual prompting you feel. It goes on to say that the uneasiness in your heart is not simply anxiety but a sense of spiritual urgency. According to the message, you have faced similar moments before, but this one carries a deadline. It suggests that if the truth is revealed too late, the consequences could be serious. It invites you to imagine seeing what Archangel Michael sees, the prayers that nearly reached heaven, the tears God collected from your pillow, and the unseen attacks that were stopped while you slept. The message then says that the final decision now belongs to you. You must choose to listen, choose to believe, and choose to accept that this message has reached you for a reason. It promises that doing so could change the course of your story. The message says that if you are still reading, your soul already recognizes something your mind has not yet understood. It claims that even the smallest opening in your heart was enough for heaven to deliver what Archangel Michael has been carrying for days. According to the message, he has been following your path, protecting your steps, and preventing harm from reaching you. However, it warns that the protective shield around your life is becoming thinner and that a new decision is required. It says that Archangel Michael can no longer hold the shield alone and that your participation is now necessary. The message also claims there are private conversations happening about you behind closed doors. It says these conversations involve people you know well, people with whom you have shared trust and memories, but suggests that their intentions are not entirely pure. According to the message, plans are being made that could affect your future without your knowledge, and Archangel Michael has been working in the spiritual realm to stop them. Still, it says heaven can only go so far without your willingness to respond, which is why this warning has been given, not to frighten you, but to awaken you. Finally, the message says that a miracle is already moving toward you. It may appear as a simple opportunity, an unexpected meeting, a new connection, or a sudden change of plans, but it presents these events as answers to prayers you whispered during your darkest moments. It says God heard those prayers and prepared the answer for the right time, claiming that the appointed time is now. The message encourages you to stay spiritually alert because the answer may not arrive with dramatic signs but in ordinary circumstances that reveal their significance only after you step into them. At the same time, it warns that distractions and temptations will try to keep you from receiving what has been prepared for you. It concludes by urging you not to delay or ignore what is coming, saying that your response now is more than words. It is an act of faith and agreement with the belief that heaven is already moving toward you. If the spirit world works like that, then remember that you have free will, a gift given to you by God. Right now, that free will is either allowing something into your life or keeping it out. Pay close attention because someone is about to speak to you. According to Archangel Michael, you are about to hear something. A sentence that may seem ordinary but will become a confirmation of this message. When you hear it, you will recognize it. It may feel strangely familiar, as though you have experienced it before. Do not ignore it or dismiss it, because it is a sign that everything is being prepared for your next breakthrough. Do not run away, hide, or pretend this is not happening. Do not overlook this message as you may have done before. This opportunity will not remain open forever. There is also someone who emotionally or physically left your life long ago. They may still be living or they may have already passed on. According to this message, they have been trying to reach you with a truth they never shared when they were close to you. It is something they regret keeping hidden, and now they long for you to understand it. Pay close attention to the impressions you receive over the next 24 hours. Certain moments, unexpected names, vivid dreams, or gentle inner promptings may seem unusually meaningful. They are presented as signs pointing you toward your next season of hope. You have not been forgotten, left behind, or cursed. You have been chosen, cared for, and watched over. Supporting this ministry through the link in the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of the community, is described as supporting a mission dedicated to reaching and encouraging others. Heaven works through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are generous. Every gift is portrayed as bringing hope and healing to someone in need. Give, and it will be given to you, is presented not simply as a verse, but as a living promise. Come into this moment with purpose, honesty, and hope. Release your seed in faith and trust God with the outcome. Even during the nights when you cried so deeply that you could barely ask, "God, are you even real?" those prayers were not ignored. According to this message, Archangel Michael heard them and whispered back that your sorrow had been overwhelming, but God understood. Your heart has begun to soften, the walls around it have started to break, and that opening is enough for healing to begin, not only on the outside but also deep within the hidden places of your heart. Now you are invited to take one courageous step. Let go of the burden that keeps returning to your thoughts. The mistake, the broken heart, the missed opportunity, or the person who chose someone else. You have carried it for too long, and it is occupying the space where your miracle could grow. Release it not because others deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace, wholeness, and joy. Archangel Michael is portrayed as standing ready to protect you as you move forward, but you must choose to take the first step. His wings are spread, his sword is raised, and all that remains is for you to say, "Yes, I am ready." The fact that you continued reading is presented as meaningful, because this message is described as one that not everyone is prepared to receive. Archangel Michael is said to be drawing near, ready to reveal what has long been hidden. A significant change is coming into your life, but God is assembling it gradually, one piece at a time, so that you will be able to receive it. The key to these blessings is already within you, and this message serves as a reminder of that truth. Now is the time to act. If you sense that this message is part of a greater journey rather than a single moment, subscribing is presented as more than receiving notifications. It is described as choosing consistency and remaining connected to ongoing encouragement. Perhaps you have wondered why opportunities almost succeed before falling apart, why people enter your life only to leave, or why success seems to appear and disappear. This message suggests that those delays were not necessarily punishment but protection. Some doors remained closed because what lay beyond them would have distracted you from your purpose. The answer was not always no. Sometimes it was simply not yet. According to this message, the waiting season is ending. The green light has been given, but one final step remains. Before you see the evidence of what has been promised, you must choose to move forward in faith. That is the test many people avoid. Do not skip it. People are calling you by name in places you haven't even been yet. God is placing people along your path who are willing to help you. Even though they don't know your entire story, they are drawn to your name and your presence. There is a divine orchestration taking place. Angels are whispering your name into the hearts of the right people. Prepare your mind, your emotions, and your spirit for the miracle ahead. Make room for what you have been praying for. Don't just hope, prepare. That act of faith tells heaven, "I believe it is already on its way." When you live with that expectation, blessings can arrive sooner than you ever imagined. There is also someone watching your journey from a distance, perhaps someone you barely know. They have seen your strength, your growth, and the challenges you have overcome. Your perseverance has deeply moved them. They have remained silent, waiting for the right time. Heaven says this person wants to tell you something but is afraid, not because of you, but because of how deeply your life has impacted theirs. According to this message, they are experiencing a spiritual awakening, and within the coming days there may be a conversation, whether through a message or in person, that could change everything. Do not be afraid. This person may become part of a significant moment in your life. The message continues by saying that time is not what it seems. In the spiritual realm, time moves differently, and you are about to experience what is described as accelerated alignment. Something that could have taken years may unfold within days. Be ready to move when the opportunity comes. The first sign may appear as an unexpected disruption or sudden change of plans. Resist the urge to fight it. Instead, trust the path unfolding before you. If you wait until everything makes perfect sense, you may miss the very opportunity you have been praying for. The message also speaks about an old wound from childhood, a painful word or experience that planted the belief, perhaps I am not enough. It suggests that this belief has quietly influenced your decisions, causing you to stay silent when you should have spoken and to remain in situations you should have left. Today, it declares the end of that lie. You are reminded that you are not forgotten, not behind, and not defined by your past. You are chosen for a purpose, and this is the moment you have been prepared for. The message warns that distractions may increase as you draw closer to your breakthrough. Small problems, negative thoughts, and unnecessary conflicts may try to steal your focus. Do not give them your attention. Guard your peace. You do not need to respond to every argument or explain yourself to everyone. God sees your heart. Your destiny is closer than you realize, and sometimes stepping into it is as simple as opening the next door placed before you. Right now, the miracle you have been praying for may look like a problem. You asked for clarity, yet life seems more complicated than before. The message says this is not a mistake but part of a greater plan. What appears to be chaos may actually be the ground shifting to make room for something new. Some storms do not come to destroy, they come to clear the path ahead. As you continue reading, the message says your path is already being prepared, even if you cannot yet see it. Something connected to your name, a contract, a document, an opportunity, or another important matter, is being worked on behind the scenes. Delays are coming to an end, and a decision is being made that will benefit your future. You are encouraged to keep your faith strong, remain in the right mindset, and speak words of hope and life, believing that your prayers are already at work. Finally, the message describes Archangel Michael standing over your life with a divine assignment ready to be fulfilled. The answer is not delayed because heaven is uncertain, but because the right moment is approaching. It encourages you to declare, I believe I receive, trusting that faith opens the door for blessings to flow. When the breakthrough comes, it may surprise you or even feel unsettling at first. Do not judge it only by appearances. What seems like a problem may actually be the beginning of the answer you have been waiting for. It is not a problem. It changes things, and the enemy often senses confusion right before a major breakthrough. You may begin to question the people you care about, and things you once felt certain about may suddenly seem unclear. You might even feel alone. But this is not abandonment. It is activation. Archangel Michael is removing the noise from your life so you can hear God's true message. God is not silent. He is intentional. Stay close to him because he is about to reveal your next step. Because of your obedience, something significant had to be canceled without you ever realizing it. Archangel Michael says that both a spiritual and a physical trap had been set. A lie was forming, a plan was unfolding, and your name was part of it. But heaven intervened because you remained humble, forgave someone who did not deserve it, and chose love instead of hatred when you had every reason to respond differently. You have no idea how close that attack came. God smiled as Archangel Michael stopped it. Now you are not only protected, you are also being rewarded. A divine reversal is being written in your favor. What the enemy intended for harm is being transformed into a testimony that will astonish you. Those who opposed you will not understand why their plans failed or why you continue to rise. It is not luck or coincidence, it is divine protection. Archangel Michael has been instructed to walk closely with you for the next 21 days, drawing nearer each day. During that time, something that has repeated itself throughout your life will finally be broken. It is not your own effort that will bring freedom, but your surrender to God. The burden will become lighter, and the constant struggle will come to an end. Everything begins with faith. Even if your faith feels small or weak, heaven does not require perfection. It responds to a willing heart. Agreeing with God's work behind the scenes is an act of faith. The pull you feel within you is not your imagination. It is the hand of God resting upon your shoulder. As this awakening grows stronger, understand that supporting God's mission is a meaningful act of faith. By helping spread His message, you become part of His work of reaching those who are still searching for hope. Every act of generosity becomes a light that pushes back darkness. As Scripture teaches, those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. Jesus reminds you that His promises are living and active, not merely stories from the past. Step into this moment with faith and purpose, trusting that what God has prepared for your life will unfold according to His perfect plan. There is also someone whose name continues to return to your mind. You have tried to let go, move on, pray, cry, and seek clarity, yet the connection remains. Archangel Michael says this bond is spiritually significant. The love may be genuine, but the timing has not yet been complete. One of you has still been healing while the other has remained hidden. Now there is a possibility, not a guarantee, of a divinely guided reconciliation. Both of you must respond to God's prompting for it to happen. Soon, one of you may reach out. Do not reject the opportunity too quickly. Pray for wisdom and discernment, because this conversation could bring healing and restore what has been broken. Within the next 72 hours, you may receive a sign, a dream, or an unexpected reminder that provides greater clarity. Pay attention, but weigh everything carefully, allowing God's wisdom, not old patterns or emotions, to guide your response. You were never created to settle for love that merely survives. God's desire is for you to experience love that is holy, enduring, and life-giving. Yet true reconciliation begins with truth, and truth requires forgiveness. Heaven is already preparing what comes next. As this message comes to a close, remember one final truth. You are not behind God's schedule. You have not gone too far, and you are not beyond restoration. The voice telling you that you have missed your opportunity or ruined your future is not the voice of God. It is the voice of shame. Shame speaks lies, but God works according to divine timing, not human deadlines. Your season is not over. Every tear, every loss, every delay, and every period of waiting has been preparation. God has been shaping you for what lies ahead, and nothing you have endured has been wasted. Your ears. The truth about your life is about to be revealed. Those who once doubted or mocked you will one day speak your name with respect. You have not been hidden because you were weak, but because you were being prepared. Now the covering is being lifted, and your light, purpose, and voice are becoming visible. Those who spoke against you or believed you would never succeed will witness God working in your life in ways that no one can stop. The season of delay is ending, and a new season designed specifically for you is beginning. The message also brings a challenge. It says you have been carrying people who were never meant to walk with you into this next chapter. Deep down, you already know who they are. They discourage your dreams, drain your peace, and hold back your growth. You may have remained connected because of guilt, history, or fear of being alone, but now the time has come to release those unhealthy attachments with love. Heaven has already revealed what is in their hearts. You sensed it long ago but hesitated to acknowledge it. This is not the season to be controlled by emotion but to move forward in obedience. What follows is restoration, not simply recovering what was lost, but receiving something even greater than before. God's restoration may appear in different forms. It may look like unexpected favor, financial provision, sincere apologies, or doors opening that no one could have imagined. Yet the greatest restoration will be found within you, lasting peace, unshakable confidence, and joy that no longer depends on outside circumstances. One day you will wake up and realize that fear no longer controls you because you have become whole again. There is still another message. Change is coming to your surroundings. Your home, your community, your work, or another important part of your life may soon shift, not to create confusion but to establish divine order. Heaven knows where you are, who surrounds you, and what influences your environment. According to the message, your calling deserves a place where it can flourish. Because of this, you may soon receive clear direction to relocate, make a significant change, or step into a new season. Even if the transition feels uncertain, do not let fear prevent you from moving forward. God is strengthening your foundation before entrusting you with greater blessings. Just as no one builds a palace on unstable ground, He is preparing a secure place for what is coming next. Over the coming days, pay attention to what naturally falls away. Some relationships may end, certain opportunities may disappear, and familiar situations may come to a close. Although these changes may be painful at first, the message encourages you to see them as divine repositioning rather than rejection. You prayed for peace, growth, and direction, and sometimes the answer begins with letting go. Trust the pruning process because growth always follows pruning. In time, you will look back on this moment and understand why you had to wait. You will recognize that heaven was watching over you all along, that God heard every prayer, and that you were protected even when you could not see it. Standing in a new season with a grateful heart, you will finally understand that every delay had a purpose and that what was prepared for you was worth the wait. As this message comes to a close, declare these words with faith. I am ready. I will not miss what God has prepared for me. I trust His timing, and I choose to walk forward in faith. If this message speaks to your heart, write, I am ready, as your declaration that you are finished delaying, doubting, or questioning God's plan and are prepared to embrace the new season ahead.